Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a new freebie today, but it is blowing up the world right now. Everybody is freaking out about the Vanish foundation from Hourglass. This is the actual liquid foundation. They've had a Vanish stick foundation out for quite a while now. I have never had much luck with stick foundations, so I was glad when they came out with this new foundation that's in a liquid. I wanted to try it out. I got it as a sample from Sephora. They did a sort of a pre-release for rouges where if you spent, whatever on the website, then they would send you a sample of it. I did pick up the lightest shade of sample that I could find, and it's a cute little bottle. This is really nice. This is like a glass bottle that's this small. Isn't that amazing? The color I got was called Shell. I'm going to show you how this applied, and I'm going to also come back in a few hours and show you how it is wearing. So this is supposed to be a very full coverage foundation. It's supposed to be a very little goes a long way foundation. I found that to be very, very, very true. This may be the most full coverage foundation I've ever used. It feels like to me the Fenty Beauty Matte Foundation. It feels like to me the Huda Matte Foundation. It is along that level of fullness and coverage. I'm hoping that as I'm wearing it, that it's going to sort of let some of the oils from my skin come through and get a little less matte looking. I was not expecting it to look matte. I don't know why I was not expecting that, but I felt like, it says it's a seamless finish liquid foundation. I felt like the stick version of this is so sort of transparent and translucent that I expected the liquid version to be that way, and it is not. To me, it is a very matte looking foundation. You'll see as I'm applying it. Let me show you this on the back of my hand. Here is Shell. So what's weird is in the Vanish stick foundation, Shell is usually on me too pink. This is a very deep shell. It's a very dark shell. It is very sort of yellowy. It's very not pink, and oddly enough, it goes matte on me. After a short period of time, it gets a matte consistency. Has an unusual smell, fruity, but with a weird chemically background. So there it is. What I like in a foundation is something that's very different from this. I was expecting this to be more ethereal, not quite so full, not quite so heavy looking on me. So let me show you how this applied. Okay, so here it is. The color is called Shell. Shell is a little deep for my skin tone. So because this color is a little too deep for me, I'm going to mix it with the tiniest bit of foundation lightning drops that I have from Ulta. This doesn't really change the consistency, it just changes the color, and I'm not going to put a lot of that in there. I'm just going to put a little bit. So I don't want to mess up the consistency of this product. So if this is a little dark on my skin, forgive me, but I'm trying to get it to where it doesn't look horrible, but at the same time I don't want to mess with the way this foundation finishes or anything like that. I'm going to put this on with a beauty blender, I believe. Because it is a high coverage foundation, you don't need much to cover your blemishes. So I'm going to put this on with my beauty blender, and let's see how it goes on. Oh my God, look at that. Whoa. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite that full coverage. Still quite yellow for me. Still quite dark for me, which that's unfortunate, but let's see what the texture is like. We'll definitely set this with a very white setting powder. We don't add any more color to something that's already really deep for me. This is full coverage, and it is looking rather matte just right off the bat. This is reminding me of the Fenty or the Huda Beauty foundation. So I'm gonna go back in with my clean side of my beauty blender and take a little of it off. Okay, it's a very matte. It's very matte. Usually when a foundation is on my skin, I haven't powdered yet, I'm getting a lot of shine. as I'm turning, but I'm not getting any shine whatsoever on this one. Okay, here's how it's looking. It is very full coverage. I can zoom in a little bit and you can see how full the coverage is. My melasma is not showing. You can still see some of my freckles, but it is some full coverage stuff. Now, since I set it with my powder, I went ahead and put a couple of setting sprays on it to try to make it look a little more dewy. And first of all, I put the Urban Decay setting spray, and then I put my Eve Lom Dewy Finish setting spray. And that seemed to help a little bit with what I feel is a heaviness to this look and a heaviness to this product and a matteness to this product. That seemed to help quite a bit. So I'm going to come back in several hours and we're going to see how this is wearing. I've also got a new drugstore concealer on under my eyes. We're going to see how that wears as well. The Infallible from L'Oreal, Infallible Full Wear, and we're going to see how that wears as well. It's been my experience that this has worn very nicely. I've worn it a couple times this week and I've enjoyed it. So if you can see already though, I've got quite a bit of sort of caking right through here in my smile lines and in right here. Kind of already looking too cakey for me. I really thought this was going to be a real sheer kind of look. It's kind of surprising me. Anyway, I'll be back in a few hours and we'll check all of this out. Okay, I'm back after a couple hours. I have to be quiet. Everybody in the house is asleep. But a couple hours later, a few hours later, it's late at night, and this foundation is just too heavy for me. Let me zoom in and show you how it's just cracking right through here. I mean, I don't think I used too much, really. I mean, I spread it over the entire length of my face, so I don't think I heaped it on, but it is just naturally super heavy and full coverage. And it's just not really for me. Zoom in here and you can see I've got cracks right here in it. It's very heavy. And I even went back, you know, after I had applied this with my beauty blender and tried to remove quite a bit of it. And this is with primer. I used my Smashbox primer. As far as this L'Oreal concealer, it is holding up pretty well. I'm kind of, you know, dry and cracked looking. I am getting the blotting here. I tried to use very little powder under my eyes today with that concealer. I just wanted to make it, you know, not look heavy and not look caked up. It is looking a bit cakey, but, you know, it has been a few hours, so I do have other concealers that I like better than that one, is what I'm saying. Okay, you guys, I wanted to show you something else with this Vanish foundation. I was looking back at my video and I felt like I had maybe put it on too heavily, and that's why it was looking so heavy and it was caking and looking in my lines, etc. So first, I have to tell you, I only did half my face with the Vanish foundation today. I tried another foundation on this side of my face, and then this side of my face is the Vanish foundation. I also used the new e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I love it. I love it. I hated the Tatcha. I love this one. So I tried this on. I used this today. I think that went a long way toward helping out this Vanish foundation, because to me, it looks a lot better. I put on a lot less. It's still a little bit of a deep color for me. It looks a lot better and the finish looks a lot more natural. Like they say on Sephora.com, it is a natural finish, not a matte finish. Well, when I had it on previously, it was a heavy matte finish. However, it's still very caked up right here, despite me going back with my dampened beauty blender and taking some of that off. It still is kind of heavy in places to me. It's not a pretty ethereal vanishing into your skin Vanish foundation. This side of my face, in case you're curious, is the new Photo Finish foundation stick from Wet n Wild, and I really like it. I think it's a really good color match. I just think it's a little heavy looking for me just in general because of what it does right around here. This kind of really tells the tale and shows its real characteristics down in here in this area. So thanks for watching, you guys. Keep watching my videos and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you next time.